How's it going, YouTubers? This is Iron Fist LMS, once again coming to you from the LMS live stream over at Twitch TV. Now today I have the second episode of my brand new PlanetSide 2 Flight School series. This episode we're going to be featuring a new maneuver which I've been working on in-game with other pilots, and it's what I like to call the Barrel Roll Turn. Now the idea behind designing this maneuver is we wanted to have a turn that allowed you to quickly face head-to-head with any enemy aircraft that might be chasing you or that has got the jump on you and is coming at you from behind. Now what we found with the standard banking turn that we normally use is that in-game against very good pilots or above average pilots, that time that we spent sort of turning and losing the momentum to go into the reverse maneuver allowed him to absolutely tear us to pieces with his front cannon. So we wanted to come up with something that allowed you to turn very fast, very sharply, but also present the most difficult target to that enemy pilot that may be chasing you. So that's how we came up with this sort of barrel roll turn. Now in many ways it's very similar to the banking turn, apart from the fact that you quickly change directions during the turn and actually go into the reverse maneuver immediately after finishing the turn, making it a very, very difficult thing to be able to hit you while you are turning. Now ideally, if you do get an enemy aircraft on you and you are at low altitude, what you want to do is find the closest piece of terrain that you can hide behind to mask your turn. Because by the time that you've slowed down, got behind the terrain and turned around, that enemy pilot is going to be on the back foot. Because he has no idea where you are, he has no idea if you've run away, so he's going to blow past you, past that piece of terrain, and then you once again have the upper hand in the fight. But that's not always how it works out in game, as we all know. You can be obviously at a high altitude, or you can be on Amerish or Esmir, for example, where there's less terrain to hide behind. And we came up with this maneuver for exactly that type of situation, when you have nothing to hide behind, he's on your tail, and especially in the Reaver aircraft, with it being the slowest right now, you need something to quickly turn around and face him head to head, rather than just constantly trying to run away, because that's never going to work out well for you. Now what makes this barrel roll turn so effective is not only the turning part, but what comes immediately after that, which is a full reverse maneuver. Now using this turn actually allows you to go into the reverse maneuver a lot faster than you normally could with the standard banking turn. It just seems to kill off your momentum that little bit faster. Also, your thrusters seem to flick down into their vertical face down position, which is what you want, a lot faster than they do if you're doing the standard banking turn. So it's well worth picking up this maneuver. Now, as you're doing the reverse maneuver, you're going to notice you're flying backwards, upwards, and sideways all at the same time. That's 3 different directions. And you are an absolute nightmare for that enemy aircraft to hit. Because of the bullet drop on the front cannons, be it the rotary or the normal cannon, it's very, very hard to judge distance on a target that's moving backwards and upwards at the same time. And during testing, the other pilots found it incredibly difficult to hit me. Not only do you have that advantage, but as you do the turn and complete it, you're now facing directly at the enemy, and he's coming towards you in a straight line at full speed, allowing you to unload a full clip of rotary cannon directly in his front, giving you the upper hand in the dogfight once again. Now in order to learn this maneuver, you're going to want to start off by doing it from a stationary position, as I'm doing here. Now what you want to do is hold down the S key to make sure you've got 0 forward momentum. After that, just imagine that you're doing the banking turn, so roll your aircraft over onto its side so that your wing is facing the ground. Once you've reached that point, keep on rolling the aircraft over with your mouse until the stomach of the aircraft is facing the sky. It's at that point that you want to add the vertical thruster in there as well, so you should be holding the S key and the vertical thruster when you reach the sort of stomach facing up position. After that, continue rolling the aircraft round until you come into sort of a left-handed banking turn, imagining that you want to turn right. Now, you can then use the pitch down or your mouse, I use the mouse, to bring the nose of your aircraft back down towards the ground from its vertical position. Now, this should allow you to swing your aircraft round and face any enemy that's coming at you. Now once you're confident at doing it like that without the afterburner, you can start to add in the afterburner as you're completing the turn. You'll find the timing once the thrusters have sort of reached their, or are on the way to their vertical facing down position. It's at that point you want to hold down the afterburner as well as the other keys, and you should use the power of the afterburner and shoot backwards and upwards at the same time. I will be putting the keys up on the screen as well to give you guys a visual guide. Now once you're confident doing it from the stationary position, you can start doing it from full speed. It's the same idea, you just need to lose all your forward momentum as quickly as possible. Now the next clip that I got for you is something I recorded on the servers just to show you it in action. I find a TR mosquito out in the open and begin chasing him until his friend shows up. Now I turn around in order to face them as they fly past me and target the one that just came in. It's at that point the one I was just shooting at begins to come up behind me. I use the barrel roll turn, flip round, which takes him completely off guard. As you notice, I'm not taking any damage at this point, and then just simply use my vortex to absolutely rip the living crap out of him. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of the PlanetSide 2 Flight School. The next episode in this series should be out in the next couple of days and will feature a very good way of losing air-to-air missiles without using flares or terrain, so stay tuned for that. Also, please do remember guys, I welcome any sort of comments, feedback or suggestions about this video in order to help me improve my content in the future. Remember, if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. So until next time guys, take it easy and have a good one.